Namo Namaha Bhavtam Sarvesham Hardam Swagatam. Welcome back to my channel Sanskrit Sopanam. I hope you're doing great. I'm also good. And recently, there had been a gap of around a month in the last to last video that I posted. And actually, the last video that I posted that was pre-recorded before I went away. So I could not address this in the last video, but I had some personal commitment. So I was out for a month. But now that I'm back, I will again try to maintain this consistency that at least two videos are out every week. And in case it's not possible due to some workload, at least one video is out every 4 to 5 days, so that we have certain amount of consistency in our adjacent shlokas of Bhagavad Gita that we are covering. And I hope that in the meantime, you guys are practicing Sanskrit on your own way also. You are watching other videos in YouTube, you are doing some Google research, trying to understand the language with your own set of examples and everything. So my way is one way, but there are so many other ways, and you should explore other ways also of learning any language. So when you try to learn a language from multiple sources, so that is a better way, I feel, at least, because a single person, a single video can teach you only so much, but then those other gaps may be fulfilled by some other source, some other video, some other book. So do your research of your own time. And today's video, that is the 23rd shloka of the chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita, it is actually contextually very similar to the 22nd shloka that we just did in the last video. But since our aim here is to learn Sanskrit through these shlokas, so every shloka is equally important for us, because every shloka will teach us something new that we didn't know before. And in case we already know all the concepts that this present shloka contains, but still it is a very good way to exercise, to repeat those things, to exercise those things. So again and again doing all these concepts, revising these concepts again and again is the only way to reinforce our understanding of this language. So we are not going to skip any shloka. Every shloka is equally important for us, even though the context can be same from the previous shlokas that we have done. So in that spirit, let's continue and decode today's shloka, that is the 23rd shloka of the chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita. So this is the shloka that we are going to decode today. Let me go through the shloka once. Yotsyamanana veksheham ya etetra samagataha dhartarashtrasya durbuddher yuddhe priya chikirshavah. So as always, this is the shloka, and this here is the sandhi vichhed version of the shloka. So you see these words like yotsyamanana veksheham. So upon sandhi vichhed, this reveals as three separate individual words, that is yotyamanan, avekshe, aham. And similarly, you see this word etetra. So it opens as ete and atra. So actually this symbol you see here, no, this S-like symbol. So this is called avagraha. So this symbol usually depicts a hidden a. So whenever you see the symbol, you can think of it as a hidden vowel. In most cases, there is a hidden a here, this particular vowel. That's why you see here etetra, this symbol, and when we open it, it opens as atra. So again, a hidden a. So this is a particular kind of symbol. It's used in everything. It has a bit more nuance to it, why it is used. But again, this topic particularly for some later time. The important thing is some sandhis are happening, and what all sandhi is happening and everything, this is present in the PDF file. I attached the PDF file. You can download it from the link in the description box. That PDF file contains all the sandhi rules, all the word by word meanings. So if I miss out anything in the video, you can find it in the PDF files. So go on there, download it, and keep it for your ready reference. I'll just move on from here. So let us start decoding the shloka, and as usual, we will start with an anchor word. We generally pick up a verb, a kriya, but in this today's shloka, we are picking up an adjective. And this particular adjective means assembled together, a group of people that are assembled together. That is the meaning of this word samagataha. And you can already guess the pratipadik, the base word here, that is samagat. Samagat, assembled together. Since we are talking about multiple people, so plural. And in plural, it will change into samagataha. So this is the word, samagataha, a lot of people assembled together. This is how we'll start the shloka. And if we'll move forward, the immediate obvious question is K, who all? That who all are assembled together? And the response is ete ye samagataha. So all these who are assembled together. So you can already see that ete ye samagataha, these two words, these are actually the pronouns. So there is some certain group of people that are assembled together, and right now we are pointing them using a pronoun, that these people, these who are gathered here. So that is why we are using these pronouns. Ete, this comes from the pronoun etad. I hope you can already identify this. Etad. This means this. Whenever we are pointing towards something or someone, so we use this pronoun this. So that is etad. And similarly, this ye, this comes from the pronoun yad. Yad means one who. So suppose we are talking about some random person, one who does this succeeds, one who does a lot of hard work succeeds. So in that sense, we use the pronoun yad, one who. And both of them, both these pronouns are pointing towards a group of people that are assembled together. So obviously we are using the first word case, Prathama Vibhakti, and plural. Why plural? Because multiple people, right? That's why this was plural, Samagataha. So in first word case plural form, the etad, this changes into ete, simply meaning plural. So these people that are gathered together, and one who yad. So this also in plural changes into ye. So all those who are gathered together, all these people who are gathered together. This is the combined sense of these two. So just a way of using a language. We are using pronouns to point towards someone, some group of people. So K assemble together. And then again I'm repeating the question. Still, who is gathered together? You have not yet revealed who is actually gathered together. I'm just pointing using the pronouns. So the word here now is Priya Chikirshavaha. Priya Chikirshava, this is our noun. This is our noun in question. Pronouns and adjective, all these adjective and pronouns, they were pointing towards this particular noun. And the noun is Priya Chikirshavaha. They simply mean it well-wishers. So this particular word Priya Chikirshavaha, this comes from the word Priya Chikirshu. So Priya is used in a positive annotation. Chikirshu means someone who is desirous to do something for you. So Priya Chikirshu, someone who is desirous to do something good for you, or someone who wishes good for you, who wishes well for you. So Priya Chikurshu, this means someone who is your well-wisher. Simple as that. This is the noun. And since we are talking about lot of people, so we are going to use the plural. So first word case, Prathama Vibhakti, but plural, Bahuvachan. And in Bahuvachan, Chikurshu, this changes at Chikirshavaha. Just as we already know that this word Guru, it changes in plural as Guruvaha. Guravaha. So same, Guru changes into Guruvaha. Same Chikirshu, the same Ukarant word, it changes into Chikirshavaha. So ete Priya Chikirshavaha ye samagataha. All these who are the well-wishers, they are assembled together. This is the sense up till here. Okay, now you can ask that well-wishers, but whose well-wishers? So that we'll reveal now. Kasya, whose well-wishers? So all these well-wishers are gathered together. Whose well-wishers? And the answer we get from the shloka is Dhartarashtrasya. So Dhartarashtrasya, this comes from the Pratipadik, the base word Dhartarashtra. And Dhartarashtra simply means descendant of King Dhritarashtra. So we have already seen this kind of noun. These kind of nouns are known as, if you remember, Apatya Vachak Sangya. So we know that Pandava, who are Pandava? The descendants of Pandu. Draupadeya, who are Draupadeya? The descendants or the sons or the children of Draupadi. So Draupadeya. Similarly, Dhritarashtra, the king, his descendants are called Dhartarashtra. So by Dhartarashtra, you may think that it is referring to Kaurva people, all the Kaurva people, because Dhritarashtra was the king of all the Kaurva people. But since in our case here, Dhartarashtrasya, we can see that this particular form, Dhartarashtrasya, this is sixth case and singular form, Ekvachan. So here in the shloka, we are talking about one single person. And by the context of the shloka, we can already guess we are talking about Duryodhan, his eldest son, the eldest son of Dhritarashtra. So by Dhartarashtra, in the context of shloka, we mean Duryodhan. And since we are using the sixth case, why we use the sixth case? To tell the possession. The question was, if you remember, Priya Chikirshava, well-wishers. And we asked that well-wishers of who? So well-wishers of Dhartarashtra. Well-wishers of Dhartarashtra. That means well-wishers of Duryodhan, or Duryodhan's well-wishers. And how he is described here in the shloka, Durbuddhehe Dhartarashtrasya. That means of the ill-natured Duryodhan. So Durbuddhehe comes from the word Durbuddhihi. Buddhi, you already know. This Buddhi, you already know. Buddhi means mind. Okay. And Du, when we add Du in front of some noun, so we are actually negating its meaning in a bad way. So Durbuddhi can be said as evil-minded or ill-natured, someone who has malintentions, who has bad thoughts. And since this is being used as an adjective to describe Duryodhana, That's why we are using the same word case. So Dhartarashtra, that means Duryodhana, he is using here the sixth case and singular ekvachan form. So Dhartarashtrasya, this is the noun. Durbuddhi is the adjective, so it is going to take the same form, sixth case singular form. So Durbuddhi in sixth case singular ekvachan form, it changes into Durbuddheh. Just as you can you know this word kavi. Kavi means poet, a simple ikarant word. Ikarant word means the words that are ending with a e. So kavi is also ikarant, sorry, not a long e, a small e. Kavi is also ikarant, buddhi is also ikarant. So both of these words are ikarant word. So same forms. Kavi, this in sixth case, it will change into kavehe. Kavehe. This is how it will change as per the vibhakti, the word case. Same. Durbuddhi, it will change into durbuddheha. Simply meaning a ill-natured Duryodhana and well-wishers of ill-natured Duryodhana. This is how we are using this in the shloka. Okay, so same thing. Here we had a noun. This was our noun here, and this was the adjectives, and this was the pronouns. So all the adjective and pronouns which were pointing to this particular noun, they were using the same word case, that was the first word case, and same number, that was plural, because the noun was in plural, chikirshavah. So all these were also in plural. Same thing was happening here also. Dhartarashtrasya, this is our noun. And since durbuddhi, this is the adjective that is describing this noun. So this adjective also is using the same case that this noun is. This is using sixth case, single ekvachan. So durbuddhi, the pratipadik is also in sixth case ekvachan. This rule, I hope you are already familiar with this rule, that how adjectives and pronouns, they strictly match the word case, the number and everything of its noun. So I hope you are familiar with this thing. This thing again and again we are seeing in all the shlokas. And this is how we identify the connection between the words also, right? So that is it here. Let me move forward. So one more information we have in the particular shloka, that is kutra. A simple question, kutra, where are they assembled? And the answer we get from the shloka, yuddhe. Yuddhe. Atra yuddhe samagataha. So yuddhe, you can very well understand yuddhe comes from the pratipadik yuddha. Yuddha means war or battle. And since I want to say in yuddha, so we are using obviously the seventh case, the saptami vibhakti. So yuddha, it will change into yuddhe. So yuddhe samagata, they are all assembled together in the war, in the battlefield. And atra, again, atra is an indeclinable or an avyay. I hope you remember the meaning of this. Atra means here. Atra yuddhe samagata. Here in the war, samagataha, assembled together. That is the sense up till here. So now the question is, Kidrishan, what like? Like these well-wishers, this Priya Chikirshavah, these well-wishers of Kaurava people of Duryodhana, how are they described in the shloka? So Kidrishan, what like? And the response is Yotshyamanan. So this word Yotshyamanan, this comes from the base word, the Pratipadik Yotsyaman. Yotsyaman simply means someone who is battle ready, someone who is very eager to fight, very ready to fight. So Yotsyaman, battle ready. And since here this Yotshyamanan, this is the karma, this is the object of the verb that we'll see further, avekshe. That Arjuna is trying to say that I am going to observe, I am going to see, I am going to carefully see, inspect all these people who are so eager to fight. So since this Yotsyaman, this is the object here, the karma. So we know we are going to put it in the second word case, that is Dutiya Vibhakti. And since multiple people, so second case and plural. So in second case plural, this Yotsyaman will change into Yotsyamanan. Just as a similar word Ram, see Ram also is an akarant pulling word, and Yotsyaman, this also is an akarant pulling word. So both of them will have similar kind of word case forms, vibhakti forms. So since Ram, it changes as Raman in second case plural. Similarly, the base word Yotsyaman, this change into Yotsyamanan. And the last question is Tankim. Like what about them? What about these battle ready people? Aham avekshe Yotsyamanam. This is the response actually Arjuna is giving through this shloka. Aham avekshe. I inspect. So avekshe, this comes from the verb root, the dhatu iksh. Iksh means to inspect. And if you remember the previous shloka, the 22nd shloka, that shloka also used the same verb root, iksh. The same verb root, but there the word was nirikshe. If you remember this, nirikshe. Why nirikshe? Because this particular verb root was combined with the prefix nir. But in our case here, avekshe, The prefix is different. The prefix is av. Av plus iksha and avekshe. So why this form? Because this is in first person. First person, that is Uttam Purush. So Arjuna, the speaker himself, is doing the action, that I inspect. When the speaker himself is doing the action, so the verb is in first person form, Uttam Purush form. So in first person, obviously one person is doing the action, so singular. Singular and present tense. This particular verb is in present tense, that I am going to see, I see. This is the sense here. So in first person singular form present tense, this particular verb root iksha, this changes into ikshe. Sorry, pardon my writing, ikshe. And along with the prefix av, the entire word becomes avekshe. A gun sandhi is happening here. That's why av plus ikshe changes into avekshe. And the meaning is simple. Aham avekshe yotyamanan. That I inspect, I carefully observe all these battle ready people. Yotyaman, all these battle ready people. This is what Arjuna is saying through the shloka. Okay, and with this, we have completed the shloka. Let us go through the Anvay, the rearrangement along with the translation. So we have the Anvay. Ete, all these well-wishers, that is Priya Chikirshavah, of the ill-natured Duryodhana. So of Duryodhana, Dhartarashtrasya. And how is Duryodhana described here? As ill-natured, evil-minded. So Durbuddhe. So all these well-wishers of ill-natured Duryodhana who are gathered here. So ye atra samagataha. Samagataha, gathered. And atra here, in the war, atra yuddhe. So who are gathered here in the war, in the battlefield. This is the first part. Then Arjuna says, aham avekshe yotyamanan. That I inspect, I carefully inspect yotyamanan. All these battle ready people. This is the entire meaning of the shloka. And with this, we have completed the 23rd shloka. As I said, that this shloka contextually is very similar to the 22nd shloka. So you can already see the connection here. But again, a lot of different words, a lot of new Sanskrit words, a lot of new sandhi, all the concepts. So for us, it is equally important because our aim is to learn Sanskrit through these Bhagavad Gita shlokas. So I hope you get to learn something new. You get to learn some new concepts, some new words that will increase your vocabulary, some practice of sandhi rules. Sandhi rules we have already done before. We are again and again repeating the same sandhi rules. So it is good for a practice. So I hope you had a good time. I hope you got to learn something new. I'll see you in the next video, in the next shloka. Until then, keep learning, stay awesome, stay happy. Vayam punah milamaha. Dhanyavad.